Good morning, everybody. I'm Broward County Commissioner Stacy Ritter. This is another edition of Coffee with Stacy, and as you know, we've been taking this show on the road, or on location, as we say in the biz. We've been taking this show on the road to locations around Broward County to show you, yet again, what Broward County government is doing for you, the residents of Broward County. So today is really special, I think, because we're at the rental car center at the Broward County Airport, which is also unfortunately known as the Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. But it is run and owned by Broward County government, and I'm here with a really special guest who is probably busier than anybody I know because it took so long to get him to agree to do this, and that's Kent George, Broward County Aviation Director. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us this morning. And I want to mention that not only are we at the rental car center, but we're at the new coffee shop
for Seattle's Best, which is also a Cuban coffee shop.
Which is fairly new, only less than a year here at the rental car center. And this is my first time here as well, and I just got to tell you that the items that are available for purchase are really amazing.
Well, it's exceptional because it's a flavor of the local, plus service is great. Everything is made right here on the spot. It's not pre-made and just sitting there. It's made right on the spot, and so it gives anybody that visits here really a taste of South Florida.
It's fantastic. There's Seattle's Best Coffee. Then there's another part to it, Cuban Corner, which is like I said, anything can happen with live television. And we're drinking their coffee. I would love to taste some of what they have, but as I've told everybody, I'm on a diet. But the stuff looks amazing. So let's talk about the airport, because this is what we're here. We're here to talk about the airport. Give everybody an idea of how the airport here, how it started in Broward County.
Well, it started years ago, back in the I think 20s, 30s, in that area, as a golf course, and then they turned it over the city, turned it over an airport. But really, it came into being with the military, and it was a naval air training station. And then following the war,
World War II.
Yeah. Following that war, they turned around and they deeded it over to Broward County. And Broward County, since that period of time, has been operating it as the Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport.
I'm not going to ask you why they called it that. We've had this conversation before.
By the way, at Dana Beach. So that was in there too, and at one time, and it's really a tremendous success story. The county developed runways. They started off with one small terminal building. We now have 4 terminal buildings. 10 years ago, we were doing maybe 8 million, 10 million passengers. Today, we're doing just about 24 million passengers.
So more than double in the past 10 years.
We didn't have international. Now we have international all day long. And we're the busiest international general aviation terminal in the country.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Well, tell people what general aviation is.
General aviation is the corporate and the smaller privately owned aircraft that come in and out of here, out of the Bahamas, out of South America and so forth. And they clear customs here. And we have on the west side of the airport, a international terminal, shelters fixed base operation. And customs, as I said, mans it, staffs it, and when they staff it,
so you have to say staff when you have 5, 6 women, or on the county commission, whatever we have.
Not quite. It's busiest general aviation port of entry in the country.
When I moved here in 1974, it was a tiny little airport with the one terminal, and you could actually, if you were coming in for a flight, you could drive your car you parked right in front of the terminal. You walked through, got your ticket or whatever, and then upstairs up to the airplane. And back then, the flights to the Caribbean were Mackie Airlines.
Not sure, but I remember when you would come back, you would take your bags and you'd pick them up on the ramp.
Mm-hmm. Very, very small, and the growth has just been amazing. So let's talk about some of the growth that's been going on and that is currently going on here at FLL.
Well, FLL, which is our station designator for the airport, which is utilized worldwide, is recognized as, if not the fastest, one of the top growing airports in the country. And we had, like last year, 7% growth in the fiscal year of the airport.
In an economic downturn.
Yeah.
We're continuing to grow. And now when you say growth, is that passenger growth?
Passenger growth. We do not do a whole bunch of cargo. Now, why? And that's interesting. And you bring up a point that this airport consists of only 1,400 acres.
Well, give me a comparison. Atlanta, which is, or any other airport that people might be familiar with.
I left Pittsburgh before I came here. Pittsburgh had 10,000 acres.
Oh my God. Wow.
We are hemmed in by interstates and communities and the port. And we can't grow, and what we're doing is we're handling all of these passengers in a very close-in proximity, but doing it in a passenger-friendly way. And the commissioners have made it a goal to, one, passenger-friendly convenience and low cost for the people that are operating in and out of here. So you can come here, you can pull up to the front, you can get drop off, or you can go down in the baggage claim area and pick somebody up right here, park, walk straight across the street. You can get off your airplane and come take one of our buses or walk straight over here to the rental car center. Everything's here. And it was an emphasis by the commissioners to make sure that this happened over the years.
Well, one of the great things about FLL for me is that you, by the time when the plane pulls up to the gate and when they finally open the door to let you off, I can be in my car from gate, picking up my bags in my car in 20 minutes, and on the road in 20 minutes.
Yes.
And you cannot do that in any other airport.
Very few.
You certainly can't do it at Miami.
You can't do it at any major airport. But to do this, in 1988, there was a recognition that the airport was expanding. They had built Terminals 2, 3, and 4, which were opened in 85. 2000, Terminal 1 was open. But while we're going through this process, nothing was done on the airfield. And unfortunately, Fort Lauderdale became one of the 5 poster child airports in the country for delays. And it was in the Fact 2 study of the FAA that said, we desperately need a runway, and we needed it back in 2004.
We're going to talk about that. We've got to take a break. And then we're going to talk about the runway and some of the other projects that are being done here at Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport. We'll be right back.